Good evening. Welcome to the August 15th Clark County Fire District 6 Board of Commissioners meeting. I'd like to call this evening's meeting to order and ask that you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, I'd ask for any additions to this evening's agenda.
None here.
None here. Okay. We'll need to read and approve, post as necessary, the minutes of our August 2nd board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Correspondence this evening, I didn't see any in the packet. Okay. Citizen communication. Citizens viewing this evening's meeting on YouTube can communicate directly with the board using the chat feature that will be monitored throughout this evening's meeting. Committee reports. Health and safety report. Chief Russell.
No health and safety report this month.
All right. I see no risk management or triple FB as well. Okay. Move to the consent agenda.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Chief's report. Chief Russell, if you just want to move through those items.
You bet. Yeah, so July 2023 overtime summary report, as noted in your packet. July total overtime was $120,454.41. If you take a look at that, it's primarily driven by shift replacement. We have a lot of folks off and babies being born, and it's peak summer, so those numbers are anticipated. July 2023 budget performance report for 6212 general fund fire suppression. The anticipated expenditures should be 58.3%. We have expended 45.3%. For line 6242 EMS, the anticipated expenditures are the same, 58.3%, and we have expended 45.3%.
Alrighty, thank you. Moving on to old business, Station 63 pre-engineered building.
Yeah, so the official bid award for Station 63 pre-engineering building project, at the last board meeting, the board passed a motion to award the bid to Pacific Tech Construction in the amount of $569,250. Research was completed to ensure that they met all the parameters of the bid. So to move forward, the board must act to officially award the bid to Pacific Tech Construction.
So real quick clarification is that the board's last motion was their intent to award the bid, and this is the actual awarding of the contract.
So I make a motion that we award the bid for the supplemental building out back to Pacific Tech Construction.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
When do you anticipate starting that?
Well, I'll be talking with them tomorrow. They haven't provided a schedule yet. They're waiting to finalize.
Before winter? We hope.
Listen, I've been saying things I shouldn't have said for a year now. I don't know. I've got no idea.
There's a permit, and now we have a contractor.
Listen, the contract now being finalized, they have 112 days from basically from now.
For completion.
Completion.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to new business. Chief, if you just want to work through those items.
Yeah, you bet. So in new business, we have the TRT box purchase. This is the prefab box that goes on the back of the TRT truck. This is a upfit, something that the board has previously taken a look at. We have a bid for $34,045 for the box, and so we'll need a motion to pass that or to purchase. If you guys have any questions regarding the TRT box, I'm happy to take them.
What is the DEF tank setup? Hoses in diesel?
DEF is the diesel additive to the fur cleaner.
Okay.
And there's locating those items because we will be taking the current bed off of the tech rig and putting a new box on, so I'll have to relocate that.
Makes sense, thank you.
Next on those items, if there's no other questions on the TRT box. is the new hire.
Do we need a motion to purchase that?
We do.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we go forward and award the bid to Schalze Enterprises for $34,045.
Second.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. So the new hire PPE purchase, we had to order 2 sets of PPE in additional wildland gear for the new hires. That total purchase is $53,318.53 with tax. So we need a board motion to approve the purchase for PPE.
We'll make a motion to purchase the PPE outlined for the new recruits for the amount of $53,318.53.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Next item is the surplus. There should be a surplus list in your board packet on item number 12. Just some items that are obsolete and we're needing to surplus.
That probably should go in the dumpster, but we have to surplus, right?
Yeah, a lot of it.
I make a motion that we authorize the chief to surplus, get rid of the surplus items.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Last item here on new business is the Station 61 generator purchase. As discussed at the last board meeting, one of the owner furnished items for the Station 161 remodel is a generator for the station. The purchase price is anticipated to be in the $200,000 range. And if you would like, we can answer questions regarding that purchase, but it is budgeted and just need
I
a
would
motion.
like to discuss it because I literally at 6:02 received more information on the different vendors that provided bids. So the architect's opinion is that the Cummins quote was an accurate and complete quote meeting our specification, whereas the CAT quote, although it appears to be about $20-some thousand less, does not meet several of the criteria, one of which is the enclosure does not, the enclosure that CAT spec is twice as loud as the the Cummins enclosure. And there's a huge difference between the decibel ratings of those. Also, Cummins quoted the 96-hour tank, while CAT quoted a 24-hour tank. So that's the fuel tank is a quarter or less of the needed fuel. The alternator that Cummins quoted was the correct one, while CAT did not specify an alternator, but the way that the quote reads, they believe it's a lower rated alternator. Anyway, it does not seem to be a complete and accurate quote to what the spec was. So the question is do we go back to CAT and ask them to adjust their quote so that it is accurate to the spec? So basically when I sent out the specification to all the vendors, they had everything, they made their bids with the information that everybody had. Some of them apparently didn't follow all the exact requirements, but we could go back out and ask them to correct that. So they all had the chance, but some did and didn't. And then kick this down the road a few more weeks till your next board meeting so you can see that. And that's gonna be a decision for you to make. I recommend we go with Cummins. We have a Cummins here. It's likely that these changes in here are going to equal at least half of what the difference is in the prices. I will likely come back to the chief and ask her to recommend another purchase of another generator at Station 62 in the near future, and I would love it if they were all the same model or same brand and same technology, and that is Cummins. So this will be for the board's discussion, but my recommendation is we go with the Cummins at $120,222.03. cents plus tax. It does fall within the budget of the project.
Great.
Less than the estimate.
I'm sorry?
Less than the
Less than
estimate,
the
right?
estimate.
Less than the estimate, yes.
What about the other one, the, yes?
The
Generic.
Energy Systems Generac. These all three are very well-known products. You're a Ford guy, you're a Chevy guy. It's kind of one of those things. I'm sure we have people in the room today that are more pro Cat or Cummins or whatever. We've had a lot of good history with Cummins. Cummins is the only, is the motor we put in our fire engines. You know, it's something that we're gonna have filters for. It's gonna be something we have maintenance history with, our mechanics familiar with them. It makes sense.
And the other two, and the architects, the engineer or somebody, probably not an architect, went through the specs and recommended Cummins.
Yeah, the email that I just got back from them is, in summary, Cummins provided a more detailed and complete quote and met the most critical aspects of the requirements, such as sound levels, fuel capacity, alternator performance. Both generator manufacturers offer excellent local support and are capable of providing the gen sets that meet all the requirements, but unfortunately CATCO doesn't meet many of the critical project requirements. So without saying that they're recommending the Cummins, they're saying go with the Cummins or wait a few more weeks and get this straightened out with CAT.
Well, they just sent us another one at 6:02, which is too late. The
No,
second-
this was the architect responding to my questions about this issue. They responded with what I just read to you. So the problem with delaying, and I don't ever want to put the screws to anybody to make a decision, but these, if you looked at the lead times, are 60 weeks. So 60 weeks is longer than the project is supposed to last by 2 months. The sooner we get on this, the better. This is as quickly as we could act on it. And once again, I believe that we will make up much of that price difference by having a change in the requirement or, you know, the equipment that they didn't spec. So.
Did we ask for a specific spec?
Yes,
And they didn't meet it?
they did not bid accordingly,
Okay.
according to the spec, correct?
Okay. I'll make a motion, we award the bid to Cummins for $120,222.03.
Second. Moved and seconded to purchase the Cummins generator as outlined in the proposal. All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty. Moving on, let's see, no reason for executive session this evening, and roundtable will be to the order.
I want to say thank you for the box, for the tech break. Really, really do appreciate it. Thank you.
There was a lot of tech overtime last month too, by the way. I noticed that.
You know, who do we get?
I would like to say thank you to everybody who worked out at the fair. We had a great response from our
I was gonna ask you.
volunteers. It was a very busy week for everybody with the heat. So the crews were excellent, did a great job, handed out record numbers of stickers to little ones.
Who was the record hander outer?
I definitely think it was Chief Todd.
Oh,
Job
sure.
done.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, everybody did a great job, including our volunteer corps. It was very appreciated and a successful fair.
Great.
And no monster truck crashes or
Yep, no wheels launching into stands or anything like that this year.
always scary.
That's great.
There was one last thing that I just wanted to make sure the board knew. We are budgeted to purchase a brush truck this year, and the Ford allotment became available today, and so we ordered it today, got a
Good.
purchase order today, and now we're in the waiting game to see if it's given to us.
You got it this year?
Well, we won't get it until early next summer, late spring, but that's assuming that we are given one out of the allotment.
What's the timeline to hear back on that?
2 months.
Okay. So once you hear back, then the process.
Yeah, they were allotted 5 trucks,
Oh, wow.
and so we jumped on it as soon as it came open.
All right.
And worst case scenario, we could go to a private dealer and try to
Yeah, if we
Get
could find a red one.
Boise.
perhaps Dave Smith.
Is that a four-door cab or?
Yeah, four-door cab, dually, F-550, real similar to our current squad model.
Okay, great. Very nice. Well, I'm sure that will be put to good use here in the coming years.
Yeah.
Any other roundtable will go to the order? All right, hearing none, we'll need to authorize August issuance of payroll warrants. Clark County Treasurer, authorize August payroll direct deposits treasurer's check, authorize August deposit of federal and FICA medical withholding treasurer's check, authorize pre-authorization invoice transmittal, and authorize payment of current bills.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.